the street lights were not working. It was the beginning of a dirt road intersection. And he goes, okay, we got to walk down that way. And I'm looking into nothingness. And I said, I'm thinking, okay, well, let's see. What's the worst could happen? He could try to attack me. I could totally take this guy. If I get jumped by 3 more guys like him, I could take them too, because they're just so tiny, you know? That was a recent one. And it was a very, very minor part of the case, but it was something that I just wasn't expecting to ever happen in my life. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is that to do these types of investigations, you have to get outside of your comfort zone sometimes. Okay. And you can't say, no, I'm not going to talk to that person because he looks ugly. I'm not going to walk into that building because holy cow, it looks dangerous. Sometimes that's why you're being hired, you know? So you have to walk outside of your comfort zone. And in that particular case, there's a hairdresser that took fancy in me. And so I took advantage of that, and I would get my hair cut every 7 to 14 days or whatever, just to see if there's any information that he could give me. And his taking fancy of was that, oh, I know this guy, and I know where he lives, and I know his family, and I live really close by. And so, okay, you never know, it might come up with some sort of information. So I would go there and get a haircut, and nothing. So one time, I think I had a month pass, and he come up and he said, I've got some information, because he knew where I was at. The salon was in the same building as the hotel that I was in. So he went looking for me. He knocked on my door and said, I know I've got some information. We have to meet though tonight at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever, super late, right? In this location. So I said, okay, fine. So I show up, and it's out of a book. And this might be in my book. I don't know yet, but the street lights were not working. It was the beginning of a dirt road intersection. And he goes, okay, we got to walk down that way. And I'm looking into nothingness. And I said, I'm thinking, okay, well, let's see. What's the worst could happen? He could try to attack me. I could totally take this guy. If I get jumped by 3 more guys like him, I could take them too, because they're just so tiny, you know? And of course, I'm ultra young at the time. So I follow along, and we're walking, and this dirt road turns into no road within about 5 blocks of walking. Well, which would be a standard measurement of a block. There's no houses. We're not passing houses. Okay. So, and he goes, it's just up ahead. It's that little place right over there. And I could see it only because there was a light flickering from a hole in the wall, which I first took as being a window or something. And it was down here, they do something in the communities out in the countryside. They call a junto de amara. And basically junta means togetherness. Embarra means like plastering or dirtying. And what they do is they make mud huts for people who have nothing. Okay. And the community will get together and do this. And it's a whole process, and it's very cultural. And that's what they did for this guy. They made him a mud. I'm trying to not belittle the structure, but it's made out of mud and straw and a wooden structure that's made out of just the trees that were nearby. And, you know, so I get to the door, which is an opening. There's no door, it's just an opening. And there's somebody's old sheet was donated to him. And that was the door. And we go in, and the flickering was of some homemade candles. And by homemade, I mean, he probably had leftover animal fat and, you know, put it to use. And those were the candles. So I don't know how much I should tell about what happened on the inside, but it got freaky really quick. But if you want to talk about culture shock and poverty, there is nothing in the US that I can even begin to think of, any location in the US that I've ever been to. I've been poor. I mean, what I thought was poor. Okay. And poor has a new meaning when you get here. And I'll help some of my friends into a culture shock, and I'll take them through certain communities that are actually close to the city, and I'll just do a drive-through and just the looks on what is this? What's going on? Where are we? You know, why are they living like that? Yeah. Yeah. Why are they living like that? You know, and then we get into a good discussion as to why. But so that case ended up where, I mean, nothing short of a witch doctor told me that you're not going to get this kid this year because I have a spell placed on him, and you're just not going to be able to get him. And the only way you can do it is if you do I don't know how to even pronounce, I don't know how to translate it, but you have to do another spell, and you have to pray this spell every day. It's, you know, and this was a real thing going on. And finally I just said, nope, I'm out of here. Paid him $5 that he requested. And the interesting thing though is we did not get hands on that kid until literally the 1st of January. So who knows